Hello everyone, I'm Giada Joyce, the founder of GJ Attitude. This is the first video of a series that I'll be posting on a weekly basis on my YouTube channel and social media. I'm a survivor of domestic violence. I want to share with you my personal experience and the tools that helped me during my healing journey so that they can eventually support you as well. First of all, I'd like to clarify that I am not a therapist and I'm not a specialist of domestic violence. I am a woman who has been through it, and I want to use the knowledge that I gained through that experience to help and support other people who are living the same situation, and also to create a supportive community where people can empower each other and eventually share their stories to create a positive change. I hope this video will reach out not only women who are experiencing right now domestic violence and women who survived to domestic violence, but also to those families and friends that might take some tips from it to help those who they love the most and that might need it. For those women who are still in an abusive relationship, I hope this message will reach you out, because I want you to know that there's a better life that is waiting for you out there. I want to give you hope, resilience, and strength to move forward and to know that you are not alone and you gotta be strong. And also that there are many people ready to support you so that you can finally live the life that you deserve. I've been in an abusive relationship for 1 year, and when the mental abuse became physical abuse, that was the moment where I took all my strength to pull myself out of it. And please note that when we talk about abusive relationship, you won't see necessarily signs on the skin of a person. Abuse can have many forms. In my case, it started with mental abuse. Mental abuse can create invisible damages, really hard to understand for those who've never been there. But those kind of damages can destroy not only your soul, but also your mind, little by little. And it takes time after that to recover and go back to what we all can consider being normal. Mental abuse includes being together with a person that is always pushing you down, a person that makes you feel like you're not smart enough, not funny enough, never enough for that person, a person that uses words to hurt you 24/7. Little by little, that behavior leads you to a point where you constantly doubt yourself. You're wondering if you're crazy. You're wondering if you're worthy of love. You're wondering what is wrong with you. And this is the real trick. When you are inside that relationship too much, not to understand that the problem is not actually you. When you are so in love with a person that you can't understand why is the person that I love the most on this planet doing this to me. In my case, that situation eventually escalated to physical abuse. That was the point where I knew that there was no way back, and the only solution was to just save myself and get out. It wasn't easy, but it was definitely worth it. The thing is, when you're coming out of an abusive relationship, you're not just going through a normal breakup. The months coming after that are really intense months, where you need to rebuild yourself, you need to restart from yourself, but where you're also traumatized. The first months after my relationship ended, I was completely devastated. I remember thinking that I was an empty shell walking down the streets, not feeling like I had a soul anymore. People would come to me saying, "You have such a beautiful energy," but I personally couldn't feel it. I couldn't recognize myself. I was just walking in pain, hurt, and not understanding what was the world surrounding me. I couldn't trust anybody for a long time. I thought that everyone was just coming after me, that I wasn't safe, that all the people that were surrounding me were there just because they wanted to hurt me. I couldn't sleep at night for months. I would wake up each hour, and that was affecting my ability to have a normal life because I was tired, I was stressed, I was in fear. I was living in fear. And that has been my moment. And I couldn't recognize myself, to a point where, from being extremely positive and optimistic about my life and about others, I would just be sad and I would cry. I would cry so many tears during the day, during the night, that I couldn't take it anymore. I really couldn't. So I reached out for help. I found a great therapist that helped me go through the entire process. But also that process was very intense, because I also had to go through my entire childhood realizing that the pattern that I was taking was very familiar to me. Because unfortunately, and many women, I believe they can agree with me, when you come from a family where one of your parents is abusive, and that is the situation that you know the most, you're more likely to end up with the kind of person next to you. But I remember one thing. I remember that the worst day that I had in that relationship, I looked at myself in the mirror and I told myself, this is not gonna happen to me. This ends with me. Now that you know a bit of my story, we all have different experiences, and I personally used a few years to complete my therapy cycle and finally reform a person, reform a Jada that he's the person that you see right in front of you today, a person that is confident about herself, a person that knows her own value, a person that will never accept anyone to come to her and treat her that way, a person that finally forgave herself, because not everything that happens to us, it's our fault. And there's a part of us that when something like an abusive relationship happens, make us believe that we are responsible for it and we are the one to blame. During this healing process, I had a chance to just reform my entire personality, to look at myself from a different perspective, mine, to look at me from my own eyes, not listening to what other people would say that I was. So if you're wondering why I'm doing this, during my healing process, it became my passion to help other women, because I felt that it was unfair. It is unfair to be treated that way, and it is unfair to live a life that doesn't make us happy and to be surrounded by people that they don't respect us. I want from the bottom of my heart to see women being able to reach their full potential and believe in themselves. One of the reasons why I became so passionate about helping other women is because I realize now that I've lived two different lives. The first life that I lived, I was insecure about myself. Therefore, I accepted people to treat me in a certain way. I wasn't asking myself too much because I honestly didn't believe that I was able to fully reach out my goals, and that some of them, they were dreams too big for me, and where I was just a different person, not loving myself enough. But the second part, which is the one that I like the most, is the life that I'm living right now, which is full of personal successes and real happiness. It's a life where I'm surrounded by people who love me and respect me. It's the part of life where I'm the first one respecting myself. And it's also that part of life in which I truly believe in my potential, and I see it every day in all the things that I do. My second part of life is marked by 2 different degrees, multiple American graphic design awards, and many other personal and professional successes. So this is the reason why I'm here today. This is the reason why I created my brand, GJ Attitude, to share with you the same words and affirmations that came to my mind and helped me during my healing journey, because I am sure that they can help you too. I want all the women out there to know that you are not alone. There are so many of us that can understand you. I want you to know that if today you don't believe in your full potential, you can do it tomorrow. I want you to know that your life can change for the better every single day. I know that it could be hard. I know that it's not as easy as I'm saying right now. It's not. I understand that. But I want you to believe that you have the right to live the life that you deserve, and that you can build it anytime. No matter what happened to you, no matter who you are today, you can be a different person tomorrow, and you can find yourself finally living the life that you really want. For those of you who are watching the video today, I really hope that you can find some positivity in the message that I want to send, because I want my story and my brand to be not only the positive outcome of my life, but also yours. Because remember, if I did it, you can do it too. Subscribe to my channel and follow me on social media to stay updated with all the videos and future tips that I'll be posting on a weekly basis. You all have a good day and stay safe.